I speak to Joe Siracusa, Professor of Security and Diplomacy at Curtin University in Australia. Hello to you, Joe. Your standout moments?
Well, I'll tell you what. The first 15 minutes, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I've been lucky, in my lifetime. I've seen all the debates in real time on television. And what struck me tonight was that in the first 15 minutes of his performance, Joe Biden literally destroyed his presidency. He looked incompetent, out of control, and ordinary Americans can see that I think the job is beyond him. And, this is a political disaster for not only him, but the Democratic Party. Keep in mind that on that first Tuesday in November, people not only vote for the president and the vice president, but for a third of the Senate, all the House of Representatives, state legislatures, governors, attorneys, attorneys general. They vote for judges. They vote for the dog catcher. And people on the down ticket don't want to go down the chute with President Biden, because if people are really angry with him, they'll just vote no on all the Democrats as they go down the ticket. So I think we're going to see something very important happen very shortly. It's going to be an intervention by the senior members of the party. And keep in mind, there are thousands of Democrats very high up in the chain who are counting on these jobs and shaping the future of the world. They're not going to go down the route that the president has. I think there'll be this major intervention, and I think you're going to get someone like the governor of California, or for my money, I think that they might even roll out Hillary Clinton. She could have another go at it. But Joe Biden is not going to be on that ballot in November, because what we saw tonight was the worst performance in the history of presidential debates, which have been going strong since 1960.
Joe, it's not as if Donald Trump has universal support. We know how divisive he is. So the issue becomes one of what's happening to American politics, that it's so unrepresentative of its electorate, because so many people who are going to cast their ballots in November are saying, we'd rather probably not vote for either of these guys.
Well, that's right. A lot of the Democrats who might have voted for someone else just aren't going to go anywhere. There's a large tradition of Americans not voting for anybody. And look, my negative assessment of Joe Biden does not mean there's a positive assessment of President Trump. I mean, Trump continues to just wander in his own world there. He has, he doesn't mean badly, I think, most of the time. I think most of the time he doesn't mean anything at all. I can't figure out what he's trying to say. But because Trump will be the beneficiary of an election which is going to be very, very weak. And your viewers may wonder, how is it that America, with its hundreds of millions of people, wound up with these two guys that nobody wants? That's a really good question.
And Joe, we'll ask it again, no doubt, between now and the 5th of November. Thank you, as always, Joe Siracusa.